there's a new trend in technology when it comes to earphones. Now, my first time seeing something completely different and unique was when I saw the Bose open hair designed earphones, and I was very interested in those earphones, but at $299, I just wasn't gonna purchase it because I was curious, but not curious enough to wanna spend $299 at the time it came out. But today, I finally have some. And the ones that I have, it's not by Bose. It's actually by a company called Soundpeats. And this is the pop clip. This open earphones, they don't make any sense to me. Well, I mean, in a good way. The reason I say this is because, for one, it's kind of a unique experience when you have an open hair but designed earphones. That's kind of a mouthful. But I was intrigued enough that when Soundpeats reached out to me to do a review, I immediately said yes, because I've always wanted to try one, but I just didn't want to purchase it because I just didn't know if I would like it. You know, we've been in this world now where we've been using a lot of noise cancellation earphones. I have one of my favorite earphones right here, the Samsung Buds. And then I have this other earphones also by Soundpeats, which I also really like. I love this because it has multipoint connections, and I love this because it just pairs with every single one of my Samsung devices. But anyways, so I say yes to Soundpeats to do this review of the pop clip. It was more so for my curiosity than wanting to just do a review of something to have. And earlier when I said it makes no sense, what I truly mean is, so this is the earphones right here. You can see it in my ears. It's tiny. At only 4.7 grams, it is extremely small, tiny, very lightweight. But the really surprising thing about these earphones is the bass. So if you end up getting one of these, the first thing you need to do is go into the app, the phone app, and turn on dynamic EQ. When you turn on dynamic EQ, the bass goes up. When I said it makes no sense, I mean that usually to get this amount of bass, you would need earphones like this with a tip, or something, or another one like this, which also has the rubber tip, because that rubber tip allows it to seal in your ears. That way, all the sound is completely isolated in your ears, if that makes sense. That way you can get those punchy bass. But with these earphones, you don't have those rubber tips. So when I put them on, I was not expecting the amount of bass. Well, first of all, actually, correction. When I put them on, I was like, it sounds better than I expected, but it wasn't mind-blowing. And then I turned on dynamic EQ. Oh my God, then I was blown. It just, with no rubber tip, somehow this thing gives a lot of bass. Like, unless you're not the type of person that likes bass in their music, then, I mean, you can always leave it off, but man, turn it on. It just sounds so good. At only $39.99, and with a discount, you can get it for even cheaper. I don't know if we can, I know because of the price, we have to call it budget, but the quality on these earphones, I just don't think it's budget. Or maybe we're now in the era where everything budget now was once used to be premium. Maybe that's how far along budget has come. Either way, I am extremely impressed by these earphones. And I'm not saying this because I got these earphones for free. I truly have my mind blown with these earphones. At $39.99, I just don't understand how the Bose headphones is $299. Like, is the Bose that much better than this? Because this is so good. How much better can the Bose really be? Like, I'm really curious now because this thing sounds so good. Like, is the Bose one gonna have the angels singing to my ears or something? Anyways, enough rant with that. What Soundpeats did is they did something called the C shape, And as you guys can see, it's a C shape. It's very, very comfortable. So it can pretty much fit in any ears. And it has a single button right here on the back. This button allows you to be able to pause music, to increase or decrease the volume. So the way I have mine set is I have this side to reduce the volume and I have this side to increase the volume. If I double click, it changes the track. If I triple click, it goes back to previous track. There's a lot of customization that you can actually choose or change in the app. So one of the reasons why I was kind of very intrigued with this open ear design earphones is when I'm wearing something like this, right? This is my Samsung Buds, right? It has a rubber tip. This is great for when I'm on my bike and all that wind noise, this kind of reduces it. Or when I go to the gym, to a public gym, and there's a lot of background noise, weights, the gym's music, and I don't want to hear none of that. I just put this on, and that rubber tips and the noise cancellation just completely isolates me in my own world. That way I can get a good workout. That is great, and I absolutely love it for that. The problem is that when you are not in an environment where you want to be isolated, let's say you are going for a run on the streets, right? You want to be able to hear the traffic around you. You want to be able to be aware of, I mean, it's like you don't want to block off that sensor, that senses that allows you to stay safe, because when you are running, if you don't even need to hear the car's horn. If you hear the engine, you can easily just divert or move away to make sure that you don't get hit, or that way somebody doesn't run up behind you. The open ear allows you to actually hear your environment while still enjoying the music in the earphones. And like I said, the sound quality is so good that you will have no problem running, having outdoor workouts while still being able to while still being able to stay safe and listen to your environment. This would also be great in situations where, for example, if you're in the library and you want to play music, the sound is still private, but it's also good enough where you can take phone calls and you wouldn't. So a lot of times when people start yelling, when people are talking loud on the phone, is because they can't hear themselves. So when you have earphones with rubber tips, you tend to speak louder because you can't hear yourself. But with the open earphones, you can hear your environment, so you can actually keep your voice a little lower and still have a phone conversation or still listen to your music without being obnoxiously loud. You ever been in a bus and you have those people singing man and man, man and man and man and man? It's because they can't hear themselves. But if you can hear yourself with like an open ear buds design, you're not gonna be singing loud. And it's IPX5 rated. What that means is that you can sweat in them, you can run in the rain, but you can't go swimming. Another thing that is pretty incredible with these earphones is that, so it has an 8-hour battery life. With the charging case, you can get 30 hours. But here's the more beautiful part about these earphones, right? So with 10 minutes of charge, you can get about 2 hours. My girlfriend has this issues where she always, not always, but very often she'll get to the gym and her earphones are dead. So now she has to listen to the gym's music or go in the car and wait for her earphones to die. With this one, on your way to the gym, you can literally just charge it for 10 minutes. Or you can take a USB-C and plug it to your treadmill while you're warming up. You can warm up for 10 minutes and you will get 2 hours of playtime with his earphones. I mean, just look at it. It's so different. I think this is the most impressed I've ever been for an earphones. And I think it's because I just wasn't expecting something that is open here to have so much bass in it. And I'm like, really? I keep putting it back in my ears, that is crazy. I can hear the entire environment around me and the bass is still so good. The quality is impressive. The app is very well thought of. Oh, one other thing, this new headphones now also has something called find. It's like a find my, where if you lose one of these right here, you can simply go into your phone and search for it. So let me demonstrate it right now. Okay, so I have the app open right now, right? If let's say I lost one of these, all I do is simply go into the phone app and go into the find my earbuds, and then you're gonna try and select whichever ear. So I have my left side. I don't want to do my right side because I don't want to go deaf. So this is left side. So it's gonna ring the left earbuds. And that's the sound it makes if you ever lose your earphones. Now it's supposed to show you a map. Let me stop there. But I don't know what it's showing. It's showing some Chinese stuff. Now I said Chinese because this earphones was made in China, so I would figure this is Chinese and not Korean or any other thing. But the map location is not accurate. I'm not really sure why. Either way though, it makes the earbuds ring. Another feature that this earphones has is multipoint connection. Now, what surprises me is nowhere on the box or on their website does it say it has multi-point connection. Now, being that this is not my first earbuds from Soundpeats, all the previous earbuds has multi-point connection. Well, all the ones that I've tested has multi-point connection. I was like, damn, I'm kind of disappointed that this one doesn't have multi-point connection because I really like them. But I was like, let me just try it. Let me just see. So I connected to my Extra Beam Pro as well as my phone, and it turns out it does have multi-point connection. I'm not really sure why they didn't advertise that because it's a good selling point. But hey, I love the fact that I can have one earbuds connected to multiple devices at the same time. Okay, so I've told you guys everything I love about open hair design, right? There's a con to having open hair design. So the biggest and the one con that I feel like might deter a lot of people away is the fact that when you have an open hair design, it means you can also hear the entire environment around you. This means that if you're flying, you would not want to have these earphones because you want something that can block those plane noise. When you're flying or in a very, very noisy environment like a train, and you want to reduce the noise, this earphones is just not gonna be it. Or if you're in the gym and you want to get your workout in, you need to be in that zone. You need your own specific music to get you in that zone. You don't want to hear the gym's music. Like, for example, if I'm in a public gym, right? Sometimes I need a specific kind of music to get me going. So let's say I want to listen to Lil Wayne, right? And I need that music to like just go hard, right? But the gym's music is playing Katy Perry. Like, I don't want to hear that stuff. I want to hear my own music. So an open earbuds design is just not gonna work. So that's something you have to keep in mind. So there's like pros and cons, but I would say though, the fact that you cannot switch that on and off can be a big con, and it can also save your life, in situations where you're going for a run or something like that. So open earbuds design cannot be your one and only earphones. It would have to be your supplementary earphones for when you are running, when you are home, when you just want to be in a place where you need to air your environment. That's what you need your open air earphones for. Now, if you want to be in a situation, like I said, the gym, then you will need all the earbuds like the Soundpeats. Actually, they make these earphones right here too, which actually sounds pretty good, and it completely isolates the world from you, or you from the world, whatever. But anyway guys, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, once again, put in the comment section. Check out my description. There might be a link for a coupon. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.